So this is the last little bit on this project, and just going to be the final pieces here. Looks like I'm putting together the tire mount, and those are weld bolts. They're gold, so watch out for those in the kit. They'll pretty much thread anywhere else. Um, so just watch for the color. You'll see them. All right, so this is the flapper disc. Just running over everything. I believe I use 120 grit generally on something that's finished like this. If I have like full welds that I need to grind down, like on a plate bumper, something like that, then I use 60, and that does a really good job of just taking down the extra weld. And but on this, yeah, 120 is all I needed to use, and it did a great job of smoothing everything out and just kind of making the edges a little bit nicer from their machine state to something that doesn't cut your fingers. Also, I use parts cleaner after, and I believe that's what's sitting on the table there. I use parts cleaner to, and it does a great job on cleaning up slag, any kind of dirt, grime, oil, whatever. And I just spray it on the metal and then just wipe it off. It evaporates really nicely and quickly. And it's a cheap way to prep for paint too. Just give it enough time to fully evaporate and you'll be just fine. Okay, so just about to start painting here. So what I used is a self-etching primer, since it was bare metal. Um, it did a great job. I actually did 2 layers of primer, I believe, and then I did a final coating with Rust-Oleum hammered paint. Um, it's uh, tough paint, but I really like the marbled finish you get with it as well. It's kind of difficult to describe, but if you look up hammered Rust-Oleum, you'll see find some pictures on Google about it. Really good looking stuff. So highly recommend it. And I do you really need. I know Rust-Oleum says, "Oh, it's primer and paint all in one." Yeah, put the primer down. Just take the extra, hour or whatever to lay down the primer. It ends up being a much more durable coating. So just take the time and the extra $3 and get a can of primer. The one thing that I did do that was a little bit different than in the past was I found this clear bed liner by Rust-Oleum. I did my rims in it when I painted the rims and refinished those, and I decided to do the same thing on the rear bumper because it's always catching rocks. So time will tell on how tough it actually is, but so far so good. So we'll keep it at that. Alright, so yeah, I'm using a laser level, which I never really thought I'd be using in car modification, but I got a tip that it actually really helped. Um, with as big as this cut is on the rear bumper, it really did pay off to be able to level it to the truck. Um, I got a very nice cut. I actually need to cut it again in just a few very small spots, but it was starting to get really cold when I finished this bumper, and it hasn't gotten any warmer since. So it is waiting for the spring. I'm not going to be going out there and taking apart everything in 6-degree weather, only to put it back together again 15 minutes later. Um, so yeah. Hey guys, I had a whole bunch of fun making this video, or actually this series of videos. I do not have a final video of the truck painted or the rear bumper painted, but I'm going to be keep doing this with the rest of my projects. So hey, hit like, subscribe, tune in every week.